Look, there we go flying to Ukraine. Look, now it is approaching to Taiwan. The eagle now is Ukraine playing at the garden, following peaceful while it is the US. If you want peace, then you say it now. If you want peace, then you say it now. For the planet to have world peace, and I met the solitaire. Uncle Sam to go home, tell him now.
Let's get started. People across Taiwan Straits both want peace, but the Western media are now linking the conflict in Ukraine with Taiwan. They love highlighting the negative and they love the drumbeats of war. So we get headlines such as, "The tone is anything but implicit. There will be a cross-strait war. You can bet your life and the lives of others on it." And of course, in the Western worldview, who will play the villain? The Chinese mainland. But where exactly does the real threat come from? Clap your hands. Since the Biden administration took office about 15 months ago, senior U.S. officials have paid several visits to Taiwan, and U.S. warships have transited the Taiwan Straits 12 times last year. It means the U.S. military pay frequent visits to Taiwan Straits nearly every month, each time coupled with bellicose in-your-face hype. Their lines always be, "The transit of our warships through international waters is routine," but please remember, the legality of passage through Taiwan Straits is one thing, using the passage for political posturing is another. Some in Taiwan are said to feel intimidated by PLA patrol training flights over the island, but what about U.S. warships a stone's throw from the Chinese mainland? Do we have a right to feel threatened? Clap your hands. Peace is what everyone on both sides of the Taiwan Straits truly want. For those banking on the U.S. to promote peace, just look at Ukraine. As the U.S. has shown time and again over many years, when it could give peace a chance, it always chooses to go to war.
We have our own eyes, we have our own mind. We look at the situation in Ukraine. We know that the Ukrainian people are now being urged by the United States and NATO to fight till the last person standing. And they are not joining them. They are not shedding their blood for the so-called independence of Ukraine. So if war happens across the two sides of the Taiwan Strait, God forbid, do you really think the Americans will fight for Taiwan? Do you think other countries will really send their officers and soldiers to fight for Taiwan? No. People in Taiwan are very clear that looking at Ukraine, the destruction of Ukraine, the loss of human life, and the fleeing of the country by millions of the Ukrainian refugees, for example, they want to prevent this. They want to see no more war involving the two sides of the Taiwan Strait. Peace is the only way out. And peace has been chosen by the Chinese government for all these decades, but on the condition that foreign countries, especially the United States, do not pour fuel onto the fire, urging for Taiwan independence.
China's stance on this issue is clear. Taiwan question differs in nature from the Ukraine issue, and the two are not comparable at all. The biggest difference lies in the fact that Taiwan is an integral part of China's territory, and the Taiwan question is entirely China's internal affairs, while the Ukraine issue arose from contention between two countries. Speaking up for the principle of sovereignty for Ukraine while undermining China's sovereignty and territorial integrity relating to Taiwan risks a shameless double standards. So when another U.S. warship sails into Taiwan Straits, keep this in mind. The ensign it flies will not be one of goodwill and peace, but of malice and war. So don't clap your hands.